Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 65 in my Automate Everything Minecraft series. In today's episode, I am going to set up a little system to make reinforced stone from the mod NuclearCraft 2, and it will be fully automatic. Now, in reinforced stone from the mod NuclearCraft 2 traditionally does not have a crafting recipe, and that is because to make the reinforced stone, typically you need to take a CF sprayer and some sand, and I'm just gonna make one real fast, and then some iron scaffolding, and it's typically something you have to do by yourself. And let me just finish typing that out. And how you do this, how you make reinforced stone, is typically you'll take one of those, you'll spray it. You can either let it harden by itself, or you can use sand and just right click it with sand, and then you get reinforced stone, and then you have to harvest it yourself. Now the thing is, that's kind of a lengthy process, especially if you need to make a bunch of it. It just can take a while. So I am going to set up a system to automatically do all of this. And so down below right here I have two basic systems, and this is the not automated version. But what's going to happen is I'm going to have these four machines right here. I'm going to have an auto placer, two mechanical users, and an auto breaker. The auto placer has iron scaffolding loaded up. This mechanical user will fire second. It will be set to use item on block, and let me go back to that. It is a right click. It is upper left slot only. It will only activate when it gets a redstone signal. And then once that fires, this mechanical user has sand in it. It is set to activate block with item. And it is also a right click. And I can do upper left slot only or random slot. I don't think it really matters, as it's the only thing in the inventory. And then this right here is a block breaker. So what's going to happen is you get an iron scaffolding up here. It will spray it because it has a CF sprayer with some foam, and then it will hit it with some sand, which dries it, and then it will break it. So cool. Now it has some reinforced stone there. So this system over here is basically an automated version of that. Now what I've done is I've done a few different things here. A few things are a little bit different. This block is on redstone mode deactivation, as in it is always trying to fire. This block right here is always on. This mechanical user is always on. It does not need a redstone signal. And this mechanical user is also always on. It has a CF sprayer in the upper left-hand slot, which is the only slot that I'm going to be using. And the other slots are filled with cobblestone. And that is for a reason of not having too many things get into there. And that will also always be firing if it can. And then this block right here is a breaker, and it is fired with a redstone signal. So what's going to happen is when I throw in any iron scaffoldings, it will trigger this comparator here. It will trigger a redstone signal that will go around. In addition, once I place that iron scaffolding in the placer, it will automatically place it because it is in deactivation mode. So it'll try to place it anyways. I won't be able to this time around. But that redstone signal will propagate through the system here, and it will tick this like a clock. So yeah, if I have multiple items in here, it will give multiple pulses. And then this redstone signal will make its way to the auto breaker, which is set to pulse mode. It will only break when it gets a redstone signal, as to not break this block early before it has been hit with the construction foam sprayer and the sand. So then we should only get reinforced stone out here. So what I'm going to do real fast is I'm going to throw in a couple iron scaffolding, and I'm actually going to throw them in here so we can see this at work. So redstone signal, it breaks it, it sprays it, and it should give us 2. Yeah. The thing, one weird thing about this little automation is that the way I have it set up is I have to have one reinforced stone in before I actually consider it fully automated, because the way I have the redstone set up, it just will not break all of the blocks like it really needs to be honest. So yeah. So anyways, it is fully automatic. I just have to essentially load it up first. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to essentially build the system again. That way you can see everything that goes into it. And I have an area where I'm going to do that, and it's going to be hooked up to my Applied Energistics system so that I can request the stone on demand. So let's get started. First off, I need to place the auto placer, the mechanical users, and that needs to go out of the way. Yeah, I don't know. I can put torches up there. That's where I can put torches. And then this auto breaker. And there's not a whole lot extra room down here. So I need my redstone torch. This needs to be on pulse mode, this on deactivation, this always on, and this always on as well. This needs to be use item on block if I remember right, upper left hand slot. And this one right here needs to be, I think, activate item with block, always on, and this one will be sand. So this right here, I need to set up for a few things. First off, I want it to hold certain items, and I want it to hold a CF sprayer and sand. So what I can do is essentially just tell this to hold these items. I can throw in a crafting card up here so that if it ever does not have a CF sprayer that is full of foam, it will make them. And I already have my system set up to make those. So if I just request one more, it can do that. So that is fantastic. So that should be good. It should be able to hold all that. And in addition, I need to actually make a recipe here to get this cooking. So the recipe is actually going to be rather simple. The recipe is going to be 1 iron scaffolding is the input, and the output is reinforced stone. So I just make that pattern, and then we can run with it. So that pattern obviously goes in this ME interface, at least obviously if you actually do anything with this mod, or the mod Applied Energistics, my bad. So let's go ahead and start setting this up. So and there's no particular order to how I have to really do all this, but how I want to do this is let's get our item duct there. This will transport some items. I need some filters here. This needs to whitelist to sand. I want it to hold 32 items, so it will only put in 32 sand into here, or it will only allow 32 sand to be in here at a time. And then this one will need to whitelist to the CF sprayer, the full version, not the almost full version, but I want it to only hold 1 item at a time. And what I'm going to do with the rest of the slots here is fill it with cobblestone, so that the only slot that will have a CF sprayer in it will only ever be the top left slot, and it won't try to like throw in more CF sprayers. So the next thing is we can go ahead and hit this on and turn it on. We should see sand float into here. We should see nothing happen with this because its inventory is full. The CF sprayers do not stack, in case you were wondering, so that won't be another issue. So next, let's set up this, and actually I need my crescent hammer here because I need that. Oh, I did something bad here. I did something wrong. So, oh, I know what I did. I need to do that. And then let's empty that. Throw that sand back in there. So what this is going to be is once the CF sprayer is empty, and I actually have a few empty CF sprayers in my inventory, I need to grab one of them. I am going to have the empty CF sprayer whitelisted here. Empty CF sprayer. And if I hold all of these settings the same and turn this to be always on, it should work. It will not pull this out until it is empty, and once it's empty, it will pull it out. And then a new CF sprayer should be pulled from this system right here, from this slot, into this mechanical user. So it should be refilled. The next thing I need to do is I need to set up the redstone, and that needs to be done. I need to refresh myself on exactly how I have this redstone set up, to be honest, because, yeah. Okay, so it's just basically a loop here. that's all 4 delays. Okay, everything's set to 4 delays. That's cool. Okay, so 4, 4, 4, 4. And then the empty slots right here will just be occupied by redstone dust. So the signal will start at the redstone comparator. It'll split. It'll go both directions from this. One of them will go to the auto breaker. The second will go back to the comparator to get a ticking. And then, okay, so this setup is mostly done. One thing I do need to do real fast is I need to put in the first iron scaffolding. Okay, so that worked just fine without having it being loaded. Oh, the last thing, and I completely forgot about this, is I need to get the reinforced stone from here into the ME interface. And that should not be a terribly big problem. I can route this kind of dirtily. It's not going to be the cleanest routing job here, but just need to grab some impulse item duct and well, shoot. That torch is going to have to move. That's just the way it's got to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have item duct right here, and I need to get a crescent hammer to disconnect that. I need to disconnect that because this will have a servo on it, and the items will go through this item duct into here. So I need to grab a servo, and then this build should be pretty much done. And this servo will be always on. It will pull out any of the reinforced stone here. So let's go ahead and try this out. So reinforced stone. Let's do 10. And I'm kind of guessing it'll leave 1 in here, but I don't know that for a fact. So far, so good. It looks like it's not breaking anything prematurely. That's what you want to see. Actually, it looks like it's going real good. Almost there. Yep, and it left 1 in there, which I was kind of afraid of. So it'll say there's still 1 crafting, and I mean, it is. It's right here, that last one. So now if I go in and say, okay, I want 10 more, it should give us the 10 that we require. And there will be 1 stuck in here, but that's fine. I'm happy with this. This is a nice little build. Reinforced stone can be kind of a pain at times to get. It just takes a little time more than anything. But if you have all of the other things automated, like the CF sprayers, and yeah, it's not too bad. So it looks in the iron scaffolding, because the iron scaffolding can be kind of difficult to make if you're not very far into NuclearCraft. But anyways, let's take a look at this. It's done. Fantastic. So I'm going to call this a good build. So anyways, in today's episode, I built this little system to automatically make reinforced stone. I can now just tell my system, hey, I need some reinforced stone, and it can craft it up. Reinforced stone has a high blast tolerance, so it's good to use in applications where there might be explosions. And it's very, very difficult to mine, so it can be annoying for other players if you're just putting it in their way or whatever. But anyways, if you liked today's episode, definitely give it a like. If you enjoy automation in modern Minecraft, definitely consider subscribing to my channel, because that's kind of what I do. Anyways, signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.